What's going on, everybody? Apex Pure here. Welcome back to another Madden Ultimate Team video. Now, this video we're going to be doing a chemistry team builder as requested by someone in the comments. We are going to be doing a deep threat chem team builder. Now, with our O-line, we're going to need all pass protectors, people who are just going to hold their blocks and not let the defense get to the quarterback. So we're going to start with the left tackle. And right here we have Nate Solder with 92 pass block, which is pretty good. Staley, if that's how you say it, 91, that's not that good. Whitworth, or no, Costanzo, 92 pass block. And his chem, I think, will give him 94. His chem will give him 94. Solder's chem will give him 94 as well. Mobile blocker, I think, just gives run block. And Munoz, does EP give anything? Oh yeah, EP gives pass block, of course, because that's what they had. So that will give him 2, and he has 93, so he'll have 95. So he's the best one. He's definitely the best one. Plus he also has 95 run block, which has nothing to do with the team we're building. He's just the all-around balanced tackle. So we're going to pick up Munoz for our left tackle. Moving on to the left guard, we got Levertre, if that's how you say it, I'm not sure. 89 pass block, that's pretty bad. Whoop. Got Andrew Norwell, 93 pass block. So IP give pass block? It does, so add 2 to that, that'd be 95. Got Osmelly. He's got 91. Add 2 to that. He's got 93. And Iupati, I don't even need to look at it. I already know he has bad pass block. He always does. 87. So it looks like Norwell has the best pass block at 95, I think. Yeah, 95. So he's going to be our left guard. At center, let's take a look at Richburg. Ooh, 95 pass block, and then add 2 to that, I'll have 97. Then we got Jones. He's got 94 pass block, add 2 to that, 96, so that's pretty close. We got Kelsey. He's got 90 pass block, add 2 to that, 92, so looks like Richburg's the best one here, so Richburg is going to be our center. And then at right guard, we have TJ Lang. 95 pass block, wow, that's pretty good. And then add 2 to that, that's 97. And Marshall Yanda has 95. Add 2 to that, that's also 97. So, that's pretty good. See, for this one, we'll just look at impact, block, and strength. Yanda has 84 impact and 92 strength. He has 85 impact and 92 strength. So TJ Lang has the better impact. TJ Lang has 92 awareness. And also has 92 awareness. Very similar cards here. Let's look at shields actually. 94 plus 2 is 96. So he's definitely not in it. About Zettler, yeah, he's not in it. So it's between Yanda and Lang. Now Yanda, I don't know if it matters, but I think he has the more agility and stamina. Yeah, he does. So, and I've used Yanda, and I've been using Yanda, and I think he's pretty good. And I even use him for run blocking because he's also a good run block. So I'm just gonna pick him up based off that. I know how he plays, and he plays pretty good. So I'm gonna get Yanda for the right guard. And last but not least, the right tackle. Let's see what we got. Parnell. 91. And I don't think any of those chems do pass block. They don't. Alright, let's look at Cannon. EP does. So we'll add 2 to 94, 96. That's pretty good. What does he have? He has 90, so he's definitely out. Then we have Balaga. So add 2 to 95, 97, so he's definitely the best one. So we're going to get Balaga for our right tackle. Okay, so now that we're on MUT, we can put in the team. So at left tackle, we have Anthony Munoz. There he is right there. At left guard, we have Andrew Norwell. And at center, we have Richburg. Right guard, we got Marshall Yanda. And finally, at right tackle, we got Balaga. Now that right there, guys, would be the best pass blocking line, unless there wasn't any cards that I didn't see on the block. Alright, so onto the tight end. And for a deep threat tight end, you probably want a lot of speed and a lot of height. So let's look. Zach Ertz, 85 speed, 6'5", good height. He's got 92 spec, 89 catching traffic. What's his jumping? He's got 90 excel. He's got 84 jumping. Then we got CJ Fedorowicz. He is 6'5", 85 speed, 88 spec, 94 catching traffic. With a jumping of 85. Well, we got Dennis Pitta, 85 speed, 93 spec, 92 catching traffic. That's pretty good spec and catching traffic. 88 excel with a jumping of 89, so he's got good jumping. Then we got Gronk, 84 speed, 92 catching traffic, 91 spec, not bad. With a jumping of 85. Then we got Kobe Fleener, 6'6", 88 speed, 92 spec, 92 catching traffic. That's pretty good. With a jumping of 91. Vernon Davis, I'm sure, is going to be fast. Yep. 6'3", 90 speed, 88 spec, 88 catching traffic. He's kind of small. Doesn't really have the spec, but he's got the speed with 92 jumping. Then we got Jordan Reed, 6'3", 90 speed, 93 catching traffic, 94 spec. With a 90 jumping. Now, for me, it would be between Jordan Reed and Kobe Fleener. Fleener just has the height, really, and then Jordan Reed has the 2 speed. Jordan Reed also has what? He has 2 spec and 1 catching traffic on him, I think. Yep. But Kobe Fleener has the 3 inches on him and the 1+ jumping. But the speed is definitely important. That 2 speed I think would be important. So I definitely think Jordan Reed would be the best bet here. So we're gonna get Jordan Reed. Now we're gonna go to tight end and add Jordan Reed. Now what we are going to do next is we are going to I think we're gonna do the fullback and the running back. Yeah, we're going to do the fullback and the running back, then the receivers, and we're going to do the quarterback last. Now, the fullback is a position I don't really think many people actually really use, except for fullback dive. I could be wrong. And for run blocking, I'm not really sure if a lot of people pass, but in this case, we're just going to do it anyways. Now, Max Strong, I thought Max Strong had better speed, But he has 83 speed, he's 6 feet tall, 75 catching. Let's look at their jumping. 68 jumping, so he can jump. Let's look at his spec. .56, 64. So I don't expect these guys to be able to catch the ball very well, but you never know. Now Anthony Sherman, he's a little short, 5'10", 86 speed though, 80 catching, 71 jump, 69 spec catch, 74 catch in traffic. I just noticed I wasn't even looking at the best Max Strong. Let's look at Marcel Reese. Usually he's definitely a good receiving fullback with that 90 speed, 6'1", 81 catching. I already have a feeling he's going to be the best one. Completely forgot about him. 75 jumping, 84 spec catch with an 87 catch in traffic, 88 route running. Yeah, I'm sure Marcel Reese is the way to go. DeMarco, 6'1", 67 catching, 77 jumping, 52 spec, 61 catching traffic. Yeah, so looks like Marcel Reese is definitely going to be the way to go, because I don't think the 98 one is going to be much different Max Strong. So we're going to go with Marcel Reese. Now at the running back position, we just need what I'd like to think we just need speed and catching traffic, route running, pretty much like the fullback, but I don't think we're gonna get a lot of height out of the fullbacks. All right, we have CJ Spiller, 5'11", 93 speed, definitely has good speed, 82 catching. .79 spec, 81 catching traffic, 84 route running. So that's not bad, but he definitely has good speed at 93. Melvin Gordon also has 93 speed, 72 catching. He has 67 spec, 70 catching traffic, 69 route running. Spencer Ware, 91 speed, so he's a little bit slower. 79 catching. With 80 catching traffic, 77 spec catch, and 77 route running. So that's still pretty good. He's just not as fast. Then we also have Latavius Murray. Now, I don't know if this card came out today because I've never seen this card before. So, I'm kind of confused, I guess. He has 92 speed, 72 catching, .66 spec, 71 catching traffic, 65 route running. So he's definitely not one of the better ones. Ricky Williams, 92 speed, 5'10", 76 catching, 70 spec catch, 75 catching traffic, 77 route running, so that's pretty good. Le'Veon Bell's definitely got to be a good receiving. He doesn't have the speed though. 91 speed, 73 catching, 70 spec, 76 catching traffic with 73 route running. Look at Zeke with 93 speed, 74 catching. .75 catch in traffic, 75 route running, 72 spec. We'll look at David Johnson. He has 93 speed. He is 6'1". He has 93 jumping. He has 77 spec catch, 82 catch in traffic, and 83 route running. That's really good. Let's look at DeMarco. 6 feet, 92 speed, good speed. 74 catching, 89 jump. And he has 81 spec, 84 catch in traffic, and 80 route running, which is also very good. We got Marcus Allen, 94 speed, 78 catch, 85 jumping, .68 spec, 73 catch in traffic, 76 route running. He's definitely has good speed though. Same thing. What I know Chris Johnson is going to have is speed, 95 speed. He's on the short side though, 79 catching, 89 jump, 77 spec, 82 catch in traffic, and 83 route running. So I think it's going to come down to David Johnson. David Johnson, was it Marcus Allen? No. David Johnson, DeMarco, Chris Johnson, and maybe Lynch. Let's see. 93 speed, 5'11", 71 catch, 86 jump, 61 spec, 66 catching traffic, and 62 route running. So yeah, it's going to be between Chris Johnson, David Johnson, and DeMarco, I think. Yeah, DeMarco. Alright, so let's go back. So David Johnson has the height on Chris Johnson, but Chris Johnson has the speed. Okay, so looking at all their stats, David Johnson has the highest jumping out of the three with 93. But David Johnson and Chris Johnson have the same spec catching traffic at route running at 77, 82, and 83. David Johnson, though, is also the tallest of the three at 6'1". DeMarco Murray's spec catching traffic and route running is 81, 84, and 80. So he has the +4 spec catch on both of them. Has the +2 catch in traffic, but has 3 less route running. Now, catch in traffic is definitely important. The spec catch is definitely important as well, and that's by 4. But I think he's shorter than them. I think he's shorter than both of them. Because Chris Johnson, I think, is 5'11", yeah. DeMarco Murray is 6 feet, and David Johnson is 6'1". So this one's pretty debatable. But Chris Johnson also has the +2 speed, which is very important. But the overall, I think, best receiving, in my opinion, is DeMarco Murray because of the fact that he has 4 more spec catch and 2 more catch in traffic. But he also has less speed too. He has 1 less speed than David Johnson and 3 less than Chris Johnson. But and this is debatable for everyone. In my personal opinion, it might be biased a little bit because David Johnson is one of my favorite players right now. He is taller than both of them. David Johnson is taller than both of them and has better jumping than both of them. he does have the four less spec catch from DeMarco, but then again he also has the +1 speed and the height. The only thing that's kind of separating me from David Johnson and Chris Johnson is that Chris Johnson has 95 speed. Like, that's the only thing that's keeping me with him, is that he has 95 speed. So I think it all depends on what you guys think is more important. The +2 speed, the height, the jumping, or the spec catch is really what it comes down to. The height, the jumping, the speed, the +2 speed, and the spec catch. That's what's separating all three of them. But I think I would pick up David Johnson because of the fact he does have the more jumping. He's taller. He also has the trucking ability. So that's why I would pick up David Johnson instead of Chris Johnson. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up David Johnson for our running back. Okay, so for our fullback, going to pick up Marcel Reese. And for our running back, we're going to pick up David Johnson. Okay, so in the receivers, we definitely have a lot to choose from. But we're only going to pick, I think we should only pick the receivers since we're doing the deep threat chemistry. They should only have the deep threat chemistry. Because some of these guys, like Larry Fitzgerald, can go up and get it because he's tall. And he has good catch in traffic and jumping. But he doesn't have the deep threat chem. So we're going to exclude him. So we're going to not include him in this. So Terrell Pryor, good height at 6'4", good speed, good jumping, good spec, good catch in traffic. Let's see, who else do we have? We got Devontae Adams, good speed, good catch in traffic, good spec, good jumping. Mike Wallace, definitely going to have good speed, 95 speed, decent height, great spec, good jumping. His release is lacking though, decent catch in traffic. And we have, of course, the deep ball man himself, Randy Moss, 6'4", 93 speed, 96 spec, 95 jumping, 90 release. This Mike Evans definitely has that good height at 6'5", decent speed, good spec, good release, good jumping, good catch in traffic. Now I haven't used him, so I don't know, but I heard he drops the ball a lot, so I'm not really sure. And then Des Bryant, good height, decent speed, good spec, good jumping, good release, good catch in traffic. And we have Odell, 93 speed, 96 spec, 90 release, 91 jumping. And we also have Julio Jones, good height, good speed, good spec, good jumping, good catch in traffic, good everything. Amari Cooper, decent height, pretty good speed, good spec, good jumping, good catch in traffic, and good release. Now this position also might be up for preferences to choice, I guess. Chad Johnson, good speed, decent height, good spec, good jumping. Now, from what it's looking, we're probably going to have to have... Now, from how it's looking, we're probably going to have Chad Johnson. Because he has 94 speed, 96 spec. And with deep threat, we're going to add another 2. Because we're going to max it out. We're going to add another 2 to that. So he's going to have 98 spec. So we're going to have to add Chad Johnson. Now, if we add 2 to Julio Jones, he has 97. We add 2 to Amari Cooper, he has 97. We add 2 to OBJ, and he has 98, so we're probably going to have to add OBJ as well. He does have the height, but again, he has the speed, and he also has 98 spec. But he also has catching traffic. His catching traffic is also 90, which is lower than Amari Cooper's. Matter of fact, let's look at this. Let's look at catching traffic of Amari Cooper, which is 93. And Julio Jones, which is 93. Now, Deep Threat also does spec catch. Now, I don't think we have anyone from Atlanta. And we don't have... Let's see. Because Route Runner... Okay, Route Runner doesn't give spec. But Deep Threat also gives spec. And the Giants also give spec. Okay, and we have someone, and we have our lineman from the Giants, so that's gonna help. LBJ would probably have 99 spec. I said LBJ. And we have the Giants lineman, so OBJ would have like 99 spec. So we have to have OBJ. We just have to. That 99 spec, you have to. So we'd have Chad Johnson and OBJ. But now for the third one, I guess it would be between Julio Jones and Amari Cooper. Which Cooper has 1 less speed, 2 less height. They have the same spec. They have the same catch and traffic. But we also have to think about Randy Moss as well. He has good speed, he has good height, he has better spec than them, but his catch and traffic is low. And he has good jumping. So actually I think we would also need to get Randy Moss. And let's go back and let's look at Mike Evans. He's a little on the slower side. He has the height. He has 97 spec as well, and 93 catching traffic, and 95 jumping. But the only thing that separates him from Amari Cooper and Julio Jones, I think, is the speed. So now I don't know how many receivers we're filling, but the way it's looking, we have so many choices, we might as well just fill them all. So I think at the 3 I'd have Julio. And then at the 4 I'd have Randy Moss, because Randy Moss has the same speed as Julio. Julio has better catching traffic. Randy Moss has better spec, and I think better jumping. And he also has 1 height on him. Actually, wait, 94 jumping, what do you have, 95? So yeah, so this position and running back is basically, it's kind of, what do you think is more important again? So when I'm done making my decision, you guys will see. Okay guys, so now I'm going to explain to you why I chose who I chose. Okay, so I chose Chad Johnson because he's just overall good. He's got good speed at 94. He's got good jumping at 95. Got good catching traffic at 93. And his spec with the +2 would be 98. So that's why he's number 1. He's just overall good. Now I had to pick OBJ, and he's in the slot because he's the smallest. And I had to pick him up because with the lineman Richburg, he'd get 2 more spec. So he'd have 99 spec. So I had to pick him up. Now I picked Julio Jones over Amari Cooper because he has the height on him. He has 2 inches on him at 6'3". He's got the 1+ speed on him. He's got better catching, better jumping. They have the same catch in traffic. And he has the better spec. So that's why I picked Julio. Now I picked Moss over Cooper because Moss has 3 inches on him. He has 1+ speed, 4+ catching, and the more spec catch. So that's why Randy Moss is above Amari Cooper. And now, for the last receiver, I picked up Mike Wallace instead of Mike Evans because, well, Mike Wallace, that 95 speed and 95 spec is just, you can't really deny that. Which, yes, Mike Evans was the better overall, but 95 speed and 95 spec, that was just way too good to pass up since we're doing deep threat. So now these are my deep threat chem wide receivers. So now, just like the running backs, the receivers, kind of based on what your opinion, who you think would be. So now this one too, you guys can let me know who you guys would choose for your deep threat wide receivers. These are who I would choose. Now Amari Cooper is one of my favorite receivers, but he's not in the top 3, and I already told you why. So now moving on to the final piece, which is one of the most important pieces, which is the quarterback. So moving on to the quarterback, got Stafford, 93 deep. Add 2 to that, that's 95. Now we got Matt Ryan, 93 deep. Add 2 to that, we got 95. Now I think the Falcons chem also adds deep. It does, but we don't have anyone from the Falcons. Or actually we do. We have Julio Jones. So Julio Jones, since he also has the time to Atlanta, he would also give him the 2 spec. So what would he'd have, or not spec, the deep. So Matt Ryan would have what, 95? Would he get another? I think he'd get another 2. If he'd get another 2, then he'd have 97, which would tie him up with Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's not on the block, but he has 97 deep. And then also we have Eli Manning. He has 93 deep. Add 2 to that, he'd have 95. And then with the Giants chem, which we have OBJ and Richburg, that's another 4 deep. If that's how it works, I could be wrong, but if that's not how it works, you add 4 to 95, and that'd be 99. So he'd have the highest deep in the game, if that's how it works. Because I think Vic's not up, is he? No, Vic's not up, but he doesn't have that. I think he only has like 91 deep, or 92. So I think the best person to go with is Eli Manning, based on throw deep. Yeah, I could be wrong. you guys can let me know, because if he has 93, add 2 from deep, that's 95. We have OBJ and Richburg, which both is another 2, I would think. Both would be another, which I think would both be another 2 deep from both of them. I could be wrong though, but just in case, I'd say the safer bet would be for Eli, since we have OBJ and Richburg. Okay guys, so this is the offense right here. We have our pass protect, the best pass protectors I think in the game. There isn't any deep threat tight ends, but Jordan Reed definitely seemed to be the best weapon for over the top for a tight end. Now in my opinion, Marcel Reese and David Johnson are the best at their position for receiving. In my opinion, anyone can have their own opinion, especially with the running back. Now at the fullback position, Marcel Reese pretty much blew everyone out. He was the best receiving fullback. David Johnson now is between him, DeMarco, and Chris Johnson. That one is based on your opinion. Who do you guys think? Same thing with the receivers. The receivers I have were based on my opinion, on their stats, who I think, and I put them in the order what I think that they would fit the best with their deep threat chem. And also Eli Manning picked over Matt Ryan because we have OBJ and Richburg, so I think he'd have like a 99 overall deep. If the chems work how I think they work, I think he'd have a 99 deep because of OBJ and Richburg. But I could be wrong. Now we also could have went with Matt Ryan because we have Julio Jones, but we do not have a Falcon on the offensive line. That's why I have Eli Manning. So this is it, guys. The deep threat chemistry offense. Now in the comments, you guys can let me know your suggestions, your opinions, all that. Leave it down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching this team builder. Don't forget to click that like button below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Danny Trevathan, so there's our gold.